Alright everybody, welcome back to another Arena Football Nation video. And in today's video we're going to take a look at all of the preseason action we had for the National Arena League this past weekend. A lot of great games where we get to take a peek early on before the season gets here at some of these teams. A lot of it was run-of-the-mill type of games you get with these preseason arena and indoor football games. But we had some exciting finishes also in another game. But before we get into that, if you enjoy arena and indoor football content and you are looking for someone to do coverage, right here on this channel is the place for you. Please like the video and subscribe to follow along for more. Alright, let's jump right into it. First off, we have the Dallas Falcons traveling to take on the Shreveport Rougarou. Really excited to see how this game is going to go, as the Rougarou are one of the new expansion teams coming into the NAL for the 2025 season. And I mean, overall, things looked pretty good. I mean, there was no big meltdowns. The field was, I'm pretty sure that was the Marshalls. I can't remember where they're based on, but they were a CIF team. Not Rapid City. So I'll have to look it up. Either way, that was pretty interesting that the field they're playing on was that. But other than that, final score was 55 for Rougarou, 24 the Falcons. Pretty solid win, dominant. Things looked like they were going good for the Rougarou. Off to a good start. I know this is preseason, and usually, like I said, teams dominate these semi-pro teams that they come and play. But overall, things didn't look bad. Excited for the Rougarou. Look like they're going to be I wouldn't say right out the gate's a contender, or even a playoff push team, but at least they're showing that they are adamant about running a legitimate franchise, and they're going to be competitive. They're going to be in some games for sure this year. So excited to see that franchise, coming into the league this year and what they will have to offer. Next up, we had the Golden Triangle Seminoles traveling to take on the Beaumont Renegades. So, Renegades, also another expansion team coming into the season this year. Kind of in the same boat, didn't know what exactly we were going to get with them. I was thinking, this team should have it together. They seem to be having a solid ownership and some, pretty decent players being signed. So, pretty excited for them as well. This is on the end of the day, this is a pretty good class of expansion teams coming in this year. So that just means that it's going to be better games, better competition in the league. And yeah, the Renegades, took off and never looked back. They ended up beating the Seminoles 63-0. So a pretty solid beat down there. And just a certain dominance of the Renegades. And that's awesome. You'd like to see that. That's what these teams should be doing to the semi-pro teams. So things looking good for the Renegades. Excited to see how they're going to do this year as well. Even more as an expansion team. They come out and could surprise some folks. But yeah, moving right along, our third of the 4 games, you have the Buffalo Ridge Wildcats taking on the Sioux City Bandits. Excuse me. And Sioux City looked pretty good. Looks pretty strong. They signed some really good players. They're already one of the premier teams at NAL and all of indoor and arena football. They're always a pretty well-ran franchise. Had the longevity, solid ownership, all the good things. And they ended up winning this one 50-12 against the Wildcats. And looked pretty solid. I'm excited to see what the Sioux City Bandits have to offer this season. A lot of people are having them pretty high on their playoff championship. Who are they? They're predicting to make it, that far. And I could see it. They look pretty strong. Pretty excited to see what the Bandits have to offer. They're going to be looking to finish what they couldn't last year and knock off the beef and get to that championship game again. I know they want it bad, and so they have a lot to prove and probably a little bit of a chip on the shoulder type of mentality. So looking pretty strong. Sioux City Bandits picking up right where they left off. They reloaded. And they're looking to make a big push this year in the NAL. Final game on our docket is the Minneapolis Warriors traveling to take on the Omaha Beef. So a lot of people were pretty curious to see how this game was going to go, because The Minneapolis Warriors, they're not a slouch team when it comes to the semi-pro scene. And the Omaha Beef are the obvious reigning champions of the NAL. Over 900-day undefeated record. 2 back-to-back seasons undefeated, obviously. Back-to-back championships. One of the perennial powerhouses in all of arena and indoor football. So pretty excited going to this game to see what we're going to get. You know, you have the new quarterback for the Beef. You have a lot of solid fans that come to these games. I'm really excited to see what the team has to offer. And a lot of people are obviously going to protect, just like these scores we have for the rest of these games. Was it going to be a blowout? And what we're going to fine-tune up with the Beef? Well, hold on. Things are not what they seem. People probably thought the Beef were going to run all over the Warriors, and then the Warriors said, "Not so fast, my friend. Hold my beer, because we will not go quietly into this night." And the Warriors actually gave the Beef one hell of a game and took them all the way down to the very end. A last-second touchdown to walk it off and win. And it all came down to 2nd and 13 to go, and quarterback Murray for the Minneapolis Warriors rolled out to his right and threw across his body to his running back Sims to score the winning touchdown. What a play, what a game, absolute insanity, and of course, complete meltdown by the Beef and their fans, rightly so. And yeah, what a game. Probably one of the biggest upsets in all of arena and indoor football history. Let's just take away the fact that it's a preseason game. It's a semi-pro team. With all due respect, the Warriors are pretty good, but with all due respect, obviously they're still a semi-pro team, and a Beef, or let's read it off again. Back-to-back defending champions, over 900-day, undefeated streak, unbeaten at home, etc., etc., etc. So of course, people are going to give them crap for this loss, and obviously, all due respect, of course, to the Beef as well. At the end of the day, the way I look at this is fantastic game by the Warriors. Hats off. If you know what's going on with that team right now, it just makes this win all that more special. The Warriors are actually, I don't think they're going away permanently. It's been a minute since I read their statement, but they are not playing this season. They are taking 2025 off. I hope they're returning. I think that's what the statement said, is they were going to return. But yeah, this was their last game. This is the only game they were playing in 2025, and the team is done. So, absolutely insanity, when you think about it. Like, these guys played their hearts out and left it all on the field. They were playing literally like a team that had nothing to lose, because they weren't doing anything else after this. This is their only game. Talk about Leonidas Spartans holding the line type of deal. They just walked it off out of there, with the biggest statement you could put out there, beating one of the top teams in all of arena and indoor football. So that's pretty cool. And then I think in the first quarter, their quarterback even went out. So pretty wild to think about, all things considered. But at the end of the day, all trash talk aside and everything, this was really good for arena indoor football. All publicity is good publicity, especially in a small niche sport like this. So that's way more eyes that are going to be coming onto something, obviously dramatic and, really popular, thing like this. These type of upsets, it's always good. That's more eyes on the league, more eyes on the Omaha Beef, and more eyes on the arena and indoor football game. So at the end of the day, yeah, it's a pretty bad loss in my opinion, and many others. But I think the Beef will be fine. They'll bounce back from this, and will obviously be one of the top competitors, especially late. I think a late push there in the end of the season for a playoff push, and this season. So wouldn't dig too deep into that loss. Plus, I think the Warriors, just leaving it all on the field. They had absolutely everything to play for in this game. The Beef, it's just a preseason game. They're kind of figuring things out, running some schemes, trying to test what they have going into the season. The Warriors literally are one and done. Like, this was their Super Bowl. This is all they have for this year, because the team was, not competing in 25. So I mean, yeah, I wouldn't read too deep in this loss. Is it funny as a non-Beef fan, and of course you want to dig into that? Yeah, of course. But at the end of the day, still mad respect to the Beef and all that they've accomplished going into the season. Of course, they are the defending champs, so you still got to put some respect on that. Minneapolis Warriors, on the other hand, going out as legends. Absolutely. Hopefully they return on 26, and I would love to see that brand stick around after what they just accomplished. That's big. That's like brand building things, wins like that. That's defining. So pretty cool for them. But all right, yeah, everybody, that'll be it for the video. That was all 4 preseason games for the National Arena League this past weekend, and this is it. We are 2 days away from, at the recording of this video, we are 2 days away from the start of the 2025 NAL season, and I could not be more excited. Got some great games on the docket, and yeah, I can't believe it. It was just felt like it was yesterday. We were in the 2024 season, and then I thought it was gonna be like a really long off season. I was gonna be bored, and I couldn't wait for it, and it's already here. Like, it's just so crazy, the rush of emotions for the off season when it comes to arena indoor football. But got some great games. You got let's just go over those real quick. You got Sioux City going to the Renegades at 6 p.m. Saturday, March 8th. And then the Beef going to Shreveport at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time as well. Sunday, you got Columbus in action, hosting their preseason game against the Peach State. I think it's Wildcats or Cats. And then on Monday, to close it out for our first week, is it week 0 or week 1 of the NAL season? Either way, you have Colorado and Wheeling going at it at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, there you go. That's the first week 0, week 1, whatever it is, for the NAL season. Can't believe it's already here. I'm so excited. Like I said, if you want to follow along for more content, if this is your thing, indoor and arena football, I would really appreciate if you subscribe to follow along for more, show your support, and help us keep moving those chains. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Never in a million years did I think this would be possible, that people would care this much about it, about me making a channel covering this stuff. And man, I'm just mind blown. I'm so excited, so happy, so grateful. And yeah, let's just keep pushing, to that 1K. Can't wait for the season to get here. Like I said, so excited to start talking about arena indoor football again. You also have the AF1 and the IFL gonna be kicking off soon as well. So, all right, everybody, thank you for checking out the video. I hope you have a great one, and I'll see you in the next one.